The fifth set will be played on Neoplanet S, spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the red Protoss player from Kespa Team 8. It's Terminator.
His opponent spawning as a blue Protoss on the top right-hand position of the map. Just blocked the SCB all-in. I don't know what he was doing over there, but his name is Parting.
Parting, quite the eccentric character at times.
It's really funny how he always BMs in the interviews. He always does these cool ceremonies, but when you actually get to talk to him as a person to person, he's not like that. He's just like a really nice guy, you know, really calm. Sometimes embarrassed in front of the fans.
I love that reaction, man.
I was trying hard not to laugh at that, but
she slowly realizes what's going on. She's like, huh? Oh, crap.
It's like, I have an identical twin at the stadium today. Is that me?
She like slowly realizes over 5 seconds what's actually happening.
Someone needs to gift that, along with some of the other ones out
today
here
has been the day of gifts, man. Like there are so much cool gifts that we could do for this round of, or I guess this match for Pro League, man.
Well, remember we only had 2 for the first game. We might have more in the second game.
That's true. But overall, Bunky just being Bunky.
Bunky being Bunky, that's when you have the most fun in Pro League.
Alright, so, I mean, looking between these two players here, Parting, when it comes to the PvP, very solid. He's pretty strong in that matchup. Doesn't lose too often there. Team 8 bench. True is just...
Ty's...
He's looking
True's
quite
like dumbfounded. Ty's like, well... I was supposed to make it work.
Hey, he probably was. He was probably thinking that. But you know what? Ty did get 2 wins for his team. First against S2 and then against Fantasy. Took out 2 very strong players from SK Telecom. And you know what? Parting is parting. And he still made that game really close. So, you know what? Maybe we'll see a revival of Ty in this round, man. Because back in Brood War, he was known as a very solid player. He had a great win record. He competed with a lot of the best players out there. But when it came to StarCraft 2, he just wasn't performing on par.
As long as he fixes his TBP.
That's true. All right, well, it looks like we have a second gateway going up here from Parting. We could see a Woonjin Stars-esque expand build where you get that fast sentry out. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that from him.
Especially on this map where the choke, even if it's widened compared to the previous version,
it's still a pretty small choke.
It's still pretty small. It's like the Cloud Kingdom style.
Yeah. I would actually say that the old choke for Planet S was especially small.
It was the smallest out there.
Yeah, it was. All right, yeah, we have a sentry first on the way here from
Terminator.
Terminator, yeah. He's going to be able to scout a little bit faster with that hallucination. That's why I love that early sentry in this matchup here. And he's even going to go ahead, use that mothership core to potentially scout as well.
It's a little trade-off, I have to say, if you go for sentry first, because you could get the force field, you could go for hallucination earlier in the game, but that also means that all the different techs that you can go for is going to get delayed by 100 gas. Yeah. So Terminator, he's going to play it safe, and look at this Nexus right away.
Terminator going for that very fast expand here, getting a second sentry behind this.
No.
The real question is, will Parting scout this in time? His gateway timing is almost done here. And Stargate on the way from Parting. And he has 2 gateways to back this up.
The scenario would have been much better for Parting if he actually went for the blink timing instead of the Stargate, because if he went for the 3 gates, then he could have ended the game right away. Instead, he's going for the Stargate, and let's see how he plays this one out.
It looks like Parting wants to apply some pressure here, and you know, with the Stargate follow-up, that could potentially work out for him, because we're not going to see any tech quite yet from Terminator here. He's going to have to deal potentially with an Oracle in his mineral line and pressure at the front entrance here. It's only 2-gate pressure, but it's still pressure nevertheless.
Oh yeah, Hallucinated Phoenix going out in the middle of the map. I look at this Parting, he's trying to scout around. He sees a Nexus, so now let's see what he wants to do from here. Is he going to try to follow up with his own Nexus, or is he going to build more gateways with Void Race?
Terminator needs to buy as much time as possible to let this Nexus finish so we can put down that Nexus cannon. And
it's going to finish.
Yeah, it's going to finish. He'll be fine. Following this up with Twilight Tech, though.
Using the Blink Stalkers, possibly counter anything that his opponent might go for.
And Parting making an expansion right behind this, realizing, all right, well, I just did some pressure. I'm going to go ahead and expand after seeing what my opponent's up to. And Parting getting an Oracle behind this.
So while going for the Oracle, it's nice. He needs to get a lot of probe kills to compensate for it. Remember, his Nexus just started after his opponent's finished.
Yeah.
And with committing into Oracle is it's a heavy commitment, I have to say.
Yeah, it's 300 gas overall, and that Oracle is not going to do a lot of damage from what we can see here, because Terminator, he's got those gateways up now. He had his expansion up so early, and he's going to have a pretty solid stalker count here. His timing could be very dangerous for Parting.
What Parting needs to do is fake out the attack at the front with few stalkers, get all of the stalkers out of there inside the main base, and then raid the main with the Oracle.
Yeah. Parting starting to add in a few Phoenix here to his army composition. Not sure if he realizes that his opponent is going for the blink tech there, but that may change his overall plans in this position.
Yeah, I think he's only going to get up to 3 Phoenixes and trying to scout around with the Oracles inside the main base. So there's the Oracle. He's going to scout everything, but needs to get away from the Stalkers. No, he's just going to try to get as many... well, seems like he didn't micro.
No, he didn't.
No.
He killed 4 workers there. He did some good scouting, so it wasn't completely useless. But overall, I want to say that things could have definitely gone better for him here. And look at that. Canceling that 3rd Phoenix, making a Void Ray instantly, putting up a Robo as well. But the problem is this timing attack coming from Terminator, it's going to be very hard to deal with.
This is a reason why going for Stargate is hard, especially if you take an early expansion. Is that yes, you're going to have the better tech than your opponent, and you're going to be you're going to be far ahead if you go into the mid game and the late game. But the problem is the early game. Can you defend against this one timing attack from Protoss? Yeah. His opponent, if he can defend this, then he's going to win the game.
Nexus Cannon does go down. He is going to be able to stop these Stalkers from attacking the main base. Uh-oh, though, the Phoenix, one of them gets sniped off quite easily. We're going to probably see some type of hallucinated unit allow those Stalkers to blink up onto the high ground there, and that's exactly what happens.
Void Ray, uh-oh, sniped.
Void Ray doesn't do a lot of damage there. The Stalker count very solid for
but the
our
Immortal is out.
Player here.
Remember that Immortal is out, which means that Terminator, he can't just engage into the spot, leaving that Immortal just alive right there. Not a great decision for Parting. If that Immortal goes down, then Terminator, he's gonna go for the attack and win the game right away.
That Immortal is bare right now. We could see nice force field. And we do, I think, see a second Nexus Cannon go down. No,
really hard for Parting to hold.
Yeah, he's even pulling off his probes, and the robotics goes down. Terminator taking a very solid lead here in this game.
Look at this. He has less gateways than his opponent. He's not making a Void Ray. He can't make an Immortal. Nexus Cannon is going to finish pretty soon, and all he has to do is force field the ramp to take down the Nexus.
Not the best area to engage here from Terminator, but I don't think he even cares at this point. He's going to try focusing down that Nexus. Not sure if that's the best idea there. Gets a nice snipe on that Mothership Core there, and the Nexus Cannon, it's not going to last much longer here. Parting looking like he may get taken out by Terminator here.
Yeah, the build order wasn't that good, but remember, okay, the Nexus gets taken out, and he doesn't have a counter blink.
He doesn't have that counter blink. Nexus going up again. Supplies definitely in the favor of Terminator. He's getting his +1 attack. Everything is looking just completely solid for Terminator here.
So let's make a list. Can Parting go for a counter attack and win the game? No. Can he actually try to catch up? Well, he could try to, but he's so far behind in economy compared to his opponent. Look at the tech right now. He does have the Stargate. Robo just finished up while his opponent is starting his Robo, but it doesn't matter for Terminator. He has a blink. He has the +1 coming on his way, and all Terminator needs to do is put down some pressure while going for a going for much better tech than his opponent, or even possibly teching into Colossus. And what Parting needs to do is be patient.
Yeah, really very patient here. One of the Void Rays getting sniped off for free there, loses none of those Stalkers. Things just look worse and worse for Parting here. We have a scouting Phoenix moving into the main here, gonna check things out, see what's going on in this base here. More good micro. I mean, the blink, man. The blink will always allow the better micro situation here.
Yeah, he needs a counter blink, but it's not going to come anytime soon. And the Phoenix gets alive. Gets out alive. The Nexus is rebuilt, which means that Parting can have the economy, but His opponent is making another Nexus right now. 3 more additional gateways. Terminator looking really solid. His one decision to move out on the map with the blink and trying to counter the follow-up Nexus by parting. Amazing decision.
Well, this is the thing. When you get such an early Nexus up,
yes,
you have a strong follow-up timing. And if your opponent goes for that Stargate tech, they're especially vulnerable in that position. Parting, he had his Immortal kind of open and in the field. That definitely hurt him a lot. If he had that Immortal alive in the engagement where he lost his Nexus, maybe things could have been a little bit different.
Now, at least Parting can still stay in this game. For example, he does have the natural Nexus, he does have the Void Ray and the Immortal covering the fire from those Blink Stalkers, and he has Colossus coming out pretty soon with the double Robo, but here's a Blink inside the main base. I don't think he should risk it. It's really risky right now.
Yeah, that may be a bad decision for him. Trying to snipe down that Observer there. Not going to happen, though.
Yeah, only sending a few Stalkers is a nice decision, but Nexus Cannon does go down, and Terminator, well, goodbye.
Yeah. Loses 1 Stalker. Not that much, though. All right, Parting deciding he wants to move out here, maybe a little bit. Going to back up. Not committing to it right just yet. One thing that we're not seeing from Parting that we normally see in PvP is a lot of Phoenix Scouts, but this Observer will snipe that, scout that base over there at the 3rd, and we're going to see how that affects Parting's decision-making here as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, Parting knows now he's only against the time right now. He needs to go for a timing attack or get a 3rd base right away. If not, he can't catch up in the economy. His opponent is already adding an Archon, so I have a feeling he's going to go for a really strong 2-base push with only 2 gateways and 2 Robo.
The double Robo here.
He's going to go for the Nexus. Never mind.
Okay, getting that Nexus. We do have a Stargate on the way, though, from Terminator here. His +2 about to finish as well, compared to the +1 of Parting that is only about maybe a 3rd of the way done here. If the Colossus count can get up to a very solid number here, then I could see Parting potentially defending, but even a 2nd Stargate going down here. Terminator in the perfect position, man. The counter anything that Parting could do here.
The Immortal Archon Zala Tempest.
Yeah.
He knows what his opponent is going for, and there's no reason for him to skip out on Stargates, especially if he knows that his opponent cannot push out on the map easily with the worst upgrades. So if Party can hit a timing before the 5 Tempest comes out, then it's going to be fantastic for him.
Look at that, the Fleet Beacon, man.
Yeah, there we go. It's going to be the Tempest. That's the only answer in this composition. I mean, your enemy's going for the Colossus composition. Colossus heavy.
Actually, Terminator making a bit of a mistake here, throwing away a lot of units, but it could be just a distraction to try to snipe off that base, but that's not going to happen. Terminator forced to cancel that expansion over there in the bottom right-hand position. Small victory for Parting, and if we look at the supplies here, Parting's actually managed to kind of catch up here.
He's just squeezing out units, but also look at Terminator. He's just saving up a lot of those minerals to get the gateways down and start making those Tempests as soon as the Fleet Beacon finishes.
So the Fleet Beacon will finish momentarily, like you mentioned here. I want to see those Tempests, man, and I want to see what Parting tries to do when he realizes his opponent is going for Tempest. But at the same time, nice Zealot run by in the natural of Parting. This is definitely going to hurt his economy a decent amount here, and Parting going to be moving across the map, trying to scare away the Blink Stalkers from his opponent here. This army is split up, actually.
This might be the one timing window that Parting might have been looking for. He's just going to try to scare away and trying to gain the position, but he needs the Colossus to arrive in the main army. Remember, that's only 2 Tempests right now, which means that his opponent Terminator cannot one-shot the Colossus, so Parting still has a chance.
All right, Parting is alerted of those Tempests now. The Stalkers moving in to the natural. Where is the main army?
Fantastic position for Parting to be in.
It is. Parting.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's going to get one of the Tempests that gets sniped down.
Oh my God! I don't know how Terminator allowed those units to get in there. Look at this.
Parting in the perfect position. Nice force field there, making all of those Zealots clump up there. There is 1 Tempest left, though. 2 reinforcement Colossi here. The supplies are in Terminator's favor, though, here. But Parting getting a very nice engagement. Can he come back? Look at that, though. Immortals dancing. Terminator so convinced that he has got this game won. GG is called. Parting loses. Terminator breaks his losing streak. And I gotta say, man, it looks good for Parting, but he just did not have the powerful tech units.
Like I said, it was a last-ditch effort, and he did a nice job. However, he just didn't have the warpins. Remember, he was only sitting on 2 gateways throughout the whole game.
That's true. 2 gateways the entire game is not going to make you a lot of units.
But Terminator, although he won, I wasn't convinced that, you know, he's back into the full force that we saw from the previous rounds, because he allowed Parting to get in such a favorable position. The Solos were getting free shots